week's Parsha, the Torah mentions the mitzvah of Bikurim, which is bringing the first of your fruit to the Beis HaMikdash, to Hashem. So you have a vineyard, and you planted a vineyard, and you look out of the window and you see, hey, there's a bud, it's starting to grow. So you go down into the field and you put a little string on it, just that you should recognize that this was the first one. And when everything grows, you bring this bunch of grapes to Hashem, as if to say, this is the first, and the first I'm giving away as a gift to Hashem. You give it to the Kohen. What's interesting is when you get there, there's a whole ritual to do. You know, there's things to say. You're bringing in these fruit, and you say, I'd like to thank Hashem for giving me this. But the wording is very interesting. We come to the Beis HaMikdash, and we bring this nice basket full of fruit, and we say, Hashem, I'd like to thank you. You know, our forefathers went down to Egypt, and they went down as a small nation. They grew there. However, the Egyptians hated them, and they started beating them and torturing them and killing them. And we cried out to Hashem, and Hashem miraculously took us out, and then brought us to the land of Israel. And I planted a vineyard, and here are my fruit, and I'd like to thank you. That's a pretty interesting way of saying thank you. You bite into an apple, you say, that was delicious. You know, my forefathers went down to Egypt and they were tortured and killed and they were saved, and thank you for this apple. Why do we go through that whole long story? Talmud teaches us we bring the Bikurim, yes, to say thank you, and to show Hashem we are not a kafri toiv. We have a karas toiv, which means we recognize the good. You see, just to say thank you, that's very simple. I should hope you say thank you if you made a good business deal. If you bit into a delicious apple and you say thank you, it's delicious, I hope you should say thank you. When we say hakaras hatov, it doesn't just mean just say thank you. It means recognize the good. That means not always we see the good in something. And we say, oh, this isn't good, I don't need to thank. But this is good, that's why I thank. Hashem says, I want you to go back the entire story. In other words, many times, things seemingly bad, and we don't thank Hashem, and we're really upset. But if you see the entire picture, you'll see it was for your favor. The lesson of the Parsha is, when you have something coming to you, hakaras hatov doesn't just mean say thank you. Hakaras hatov means recognizing that whatever happens is good. And this is the way we do it. Because we go back the entire story, we say, oh, everything leads to another. We went down to Egypt with a few people, we became a large nation, we were tortured and killed. And if you recognize that one thing leads to another and it's a one long story, then you'll say, oh, now I get it. It's really for my favor. That's the true level of a hakaras hatov, not just to say thank you when something is good. And therefore, next time you bite into an apple, yes, maybe go back to the entire story and say, God created the world, and we had our forefathers, they went down to Egypt, they were tortured there. The entire world is one big story. And when you reach that level, you'll understand even when things are not so good, you'll be thanking Hashem too. That's the lesson before Rosh Hashanah, because when Hashem created the world, the first thing Hashem wanted from mankind was to recognize that Hashem is always there for us. And if we get this message the week before Rosh Hashanah, and we start putting in our effort to recognize Hashem is always there for our favor, whether we see it or not, that will be a tremendous approach to the great day of recognizing Hashem is our King. Thank you, and good Shabbos. This week's Shabbos, traveling Hasidim are going once again to two communities. We'll be in the Chabad House of West Orange, New Jersey, and in Montreal, Canada, another group will be. We're very much looking forward. Good Shabbos.